My name's Martin Jenkins and I'm Assistant Director for Tees Valley Sport. Tees Valley Sport is an active partnership and we're one of 43 active partnerships in England. And our remit is really to get more people physically active. We work with lots of different partners, including our 5 local authorities, lots of community groups and other organisations. But our key remit, as I say, is to get more people physically active. We work with lots of different clubs and groups. And from a park focus, we work very closely with bowls clubs, tennis clubs in parks, and even croquet clubs as well. Parks are ideal really for getting people out and about in the natural environment to be more physically active. We also work very closely with more formal sports. The Tees Valley has a great orienteering club, Cleveland Orienteering Club, who've mapped numerous parks and green spaces throughout the Tees Valley for competitive sport, but lots of the park-based trails are very much geared up for casual family use as well. A key focus for us is to encourage more young people to be physically active, and we're funded significantly through Sport England to provide taster sessions very much aimed at young people being active and getting outdoors and playing more sport. We have a real recognition really through our partnership that we're blessed with. The Tees Valley has great sort of outdoor spaces, very attractive countryside on the doorsteps of big conurbations, fantastic parks and green spaces, and we recognise that these facilities are ideal really to get more people physically active. And during the COVID-19 crisis in particular, we've seen large numbers of people using green spaces, parks and countryside areas for informal recreation. We've seen an explosion, I think, in people cycling, for example, over the last 3 months or so. But people just exploring their green spaces very much on their doorsteps, really. Running is a very, very popular activity for many people, and we've seen again, quite a significant increase in running more generally in recent years. We have some great clubs, the Swifties Club in Middlesbrough, very much targeting the sort of grassroots participation in running and holding regular sessions in green spaces in and around the Middlesbrough area. And then as people become more confident, they can take part in park runs and even bigger events in local authority areas like sort of triathlons, providing people with the more formal sporting opportunities within their local environments. So lots of positive stuff. One of the big challenges for us as a partnership is that the Tees Valley has very high levels of inactivity. Over 30% of the population of the Tees Valley are classified as inactive. That is, they exercise for less than 30 minutes a week. And that's something that we're really tasked with doing. And that's where I feel that getting people outdoors more and doing the informal recreation really will help us build up those activity levels within the Tees Valley. We've got 3 target groups that we look to focus our efforts around. Very keen to provide more opportunities for disabled people to be more physically active. We also target women and girls. That's another one of our 3 audiences that we specifically look to target. Women and girls, particularly from the BAME community, there's a history of very, very low levels of activity within that particular group. And we've done a lot of work with BAME groups in Stockton and Middlesbrough in particular to encourage them to get outdoors. We were involved earlier in the year in working with Hartlepool Council to launch the St Hilda's Way, which is a 48-mile route from Hartlepool through to Whitby. And we engaged the services of a local endurance athlete, Sharon Gator, and Sharon, being Sharon, decided to run that 48-mile route on the day, International Women's Day. Another target audience for us is very much centered around people living in more disadvantaged communities. And again, all the statistics illustrate that people living in these communities are less likely to be physically active. So we work with lots of groups, putting on informal walking sessions within parks and green spaces. And we're very fortunate in the Tees Valley in that we have excellent facilities right on the doorsteps of these big urban conurbations. And you can see here a couple of runners at the top of Eston Nab, overlooking the sort of Middlesbrough Grangetown area. So really accessible, attractive countryside right on the doorsteps of these big populations. So our big challenge really is to get more people of all ages to be physically active and take advantage of these fantastic sort of parks, green spaces and countryside areas that we have in the Tees Valley. I just wanted to end the presentation by showing a couple of short films that I think clearly highlight some of the great work that we're involved in with a focus around parks and green spaces. The first film is all around a group of young carers who are from the Redcar area and expressed an interest in becoming more active. They were all classified as inactive. And through a Sport England funded programme, our Satellite Clubs programme, we were able to offer some taster sessions in running, and they decided to undertake these sessions in Lock Park in Redcar, working with two of their youth leaders who were qualified run leaders. And the project's been a fantastic success and is a really great example of how we're working to encourage much greater use of our urban parks. The second project is centred around Billingham Boxing Club, a recently established boxing club that is located in a former shop in Billingham Town Centre. During the COVID-19 crisis, they have had significant problems in running any activity in the boxing club. So they began to look at creative ways in which they might be able to engage with members again. So they decided to set up boxing facilities in John Whitehead Park, which is directly opposite the town centre in Billingham. And these sessions have really been hugely popular with members. And it's been a great way really to promote the club to park users, people walking through the park as well. And once again, that's been a fantastic success as well. So hopefully enjoy the two films.
The Junction Foundation is a local charity that supports vulnerable children and young people across the South Tees area. We have different services, and then the Young Carers service that I coordinate is all the children we work with are 5 to 18, and they all take on some type of a caring role in their home. As a group of young people are quite isolated and their childhoods are impacted on because of it. So we try to bring some of that back, give them a bit of a childhood, give them some confidence, and give them opportunities that they might otherwise miss out on.
So Run for Resilience is like a project to engage young carers in, to try and make them like more aware of fitness and trying to like stress relieve that way.
The weekly running sessions, you feel like so accomplished by the end of them. If you're feeling stressed or anything, it's just a nice way to get rid of that stress and you feel more positive at the end.
It's helped me to gain friends that will have confidence in me more than I have confidence in myself.
The running's really boosted my confidence. I find myself getting out more.
We're getting like so much better, and you can see the progress with like every race that we do. We're all beating our own times and just doing better.
The difference that the funding's made from Tees Valley Sport has been amazing for these young people. They've got an activity that they can now take away and do themselves. You know, they can do it anytime they want to. Giving them the confidence and the skills and the abilities to do that is, I think that's a massive difference to these young people's lives.
Every time you punch, move. Good work. Start keep going, everyone. Good that, Lila, really good. That's it, stay in your sit-up position, Sonny. Hang time.